Mando! Honest Trailers reaction for The Mandalorian Season 1. Season 2 comes out this week. We will be covering it. Reaction highlights will be up here on the YouTube channel. First episode will probably be up either Saturday, Halloween, or Sunday, November 1st. Sorry if it's a couple days late. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell just in case. Anywho, it's Honest Trailers, baby. Let's check it out.
This episode is sponsored by State Farm. After Star Wars was ruined forever thanks to the monsters at Disney, Star Wars will be unruined by an all-new streaming series made by the monsters at Disney. I'm confused. Do they hate us or not?
This is the way.
Depends who's in charge.
Anakin was supposed to bring balance. Luke should have saved the day. And Rey just ended up squatting at the farm of her mentor's uncle that he hated and couldn't wait to run away from. Sorry. Not today, episode 9. Now, as Heroes falls, one food truck enthusiast will rise, revitalize the franchise in his VR garage, and keep the empire in business. With 8 episodes of Western Risk, they got the families all up in their feelings over a Muppet baby. Kathleen Kennedy? More like Crapling Keenan. Aww.
It is so
with
cute.
Jarring, aka Mando, which starts to sound like a slur the more you hear it.
Hey, Mando, hand over the child, Mando. Get that blaster out of my face, Mando!
Guys, that's their word. Are you sure we can use it?
Truta, Mando.
After the prequels literally ruined his childhood.
I never thought of it that way.
On a tale of redemption, in between a whole bunch of actual wandering.
Yep.
Hey man, it's a Western.
It's a very soothing montage.
As he jets from exotic locales to less exotic locales to a quick detour to Moss nostalgia to pick up
Moss nostalgia.
Tusken Raiders.
But screw it. How fun is it to dick around in the Star Wars universe without some sad kid and their daddy issues killing the vibe? Everything.
I mean, he's got some parent issues.
Not a gunman.
Maybe he's a gungan.
Meets the most adorable MacGuffin of all time, the child. Okay, you know what? We're not doing that. He's a baby Yoda.
He's Baby Yoda.
We're calling
He's
him
Baby Yoda. He's Baby Yoda.
He's a magic puppet who can kill you with cuteness. And if that doesn't work, he can always just kill you.
No, stop.
He's got a kink fetish, man.
He's not nearly as precocious when they reveal he's actually a middle-aged man.
They said 50 years old.
I'm on to you, Baby Yoda. You can talk. You're just some creepy boomer with a diaper fetish, aren't you? I can't play with you. Saddle up.
So adorable.
New Star Wars adventures, the likes of which you've never seen before. But don't freak out. Look, familiar stuff. Tatooine, Husky Stormtroopers. Good. Breathe. Good. In the story of one man's destiny to clear an extremely low bar, be the best single dad in Star Wars. But this father-son duo won't travel alone. There's Queel, who finally gave a modern update to talk to the hand.
I have spoken.
To Tobias Funke's acting coach.
You take this home, throw it in a pot, add some broth to potato. Baby, you got a stew going.
And Cara Dune, the ex-rebel with less range than the guy in the helmet.
So we're gonna build a trap.
Perfect for Gina
We're
Carano.
gonna need to dig real deep, right here. But when it steps in, it drops.
Together, they'll encounter scum, villainy, and the best alternate dimension cast of Saturday Night Live with
Horatio Sands. Brian Posehn. Amy Sedaris. Bill Burr.
That's a great one, John Bailey's voice is on par.
And your host,
There you go,
Taika
Lindsay.
Waititi.
Some damage to your central processing unit.
You mean my brain.
That was a joke.
So strap in for a show that every level of Star Wars fan can
That was
enjoy.
beautiful.
Whether you're a noob who just wanted to know why Baby Yoda was on your kid's Christmas list, but stuck around because it reminded you of the Searchers. A casual fan who spent 8 episodes wondering why Luke Skywalker wasn't in the or a hardcore nerd who needed validation for keeping your toy collection mint in box all these years. Wait, is that the Imperial Troop transport?
Oh my God. It's beautiful.
that owes its success to telling a simple, lean story.
Show's pretty damn
about
good,
all
huh?
fans of the Star Wars universe. And because it was a hit, they're probably about to weigh it down with a bunch of lore crossovers and spin-offs. This is the way. Starring Dark Helmet. I'm 50. Baby, you've got a rootly stew going. And in Los Pollos Imperiales.
Nice,
Werner Herzog
nice.
as himself.
Yes, very true.
But death and chaos. I would like to see the baby.
Yes, Satan? I'm sorry, sir. You sounded like someone else.
The Babysitter Clubs.
Oompa loompa doompa dee dem. Shut your dumb mouth, cause I have spoken.
The Outer Skyrim.
I like the Mad Ats, huh?
Boba Fett.
Let's make the baby do the magic hand thing. Come on, baby. Do the magic hand thing.
That's not how the magic hand thing works.
Nerds of the Round Table. And when my friends asked what fastball song we're listening to,
This is the way. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way.
this is the way.
This is the way.
Where were they going without
Our
ever
rim
knowing?
job.
God.
And once again, the galaxy is a mostly mechanic, bounty hunting, and cantina-centric economy. No one's ever a real estate agent in these things. Marketing. Somehow the Star Wars universe remains dentist-free. Don't they have teeth? Do you know your IG-11s from your K2SOs? Then you should play our Star Wars edition of the Fandom 5.
Oh, nice.
The trivia game where you can win up to $650. Click the box or the link.
very
in the description
specific.
below.
It's a good amount of money.
This episode is sponsored by State
There's
Farm.
so many agents
Like
at State
good
Farm.
neighbor, State Farm is
So
there.
many agents.
I'm a Mandalorian.
Weapons are part of my religion.
This is the way, or I have spoken. I'm curvy, and I like it.
Hey.
Nah, that's Jabba the Hutt's line.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a good one, yeah.
I don't know if this is a first for Honest Trailers. I doubt it is, but they had two different cast list read-offs here because they had their usual making fun of people's names like Werner Herzog as himself, but then they had that SNL bit which I wasn't catching on to right away. Like Horatio, I'm like, okay, just because Horatio is Santa, then I realized, oh yeah, there's that whole
so
thing
many
about
comedians.
so many comedians that were appearing throughout that season so much, and the bits and the graphics and John Bailey's voice combined with that, hilariously done. I thought this was a really great Honest Trailers because it had kind of the new wave of Honest Trailer voice, which is more like observational commentary, combined with some really great jokes as well. You know, like this is like a 6.5 minute version. You're covering a whole season of television, but there were so many wonderful things pointed out here. I love the jokes, especially about, there's so much nostalgia crammed in here, so much for people in the know, the childhood with the toys and things that like we didn't even pick up on, all this like extended lore, but then also the idea of someone who's just a casual viewer who's tuning in who's like, where's Luke Skywalker? I don't understand what the hell's happening right now. Why are we focusing on this guy in specific?
Yeah, this Honest Trailer really made me appreciate especially the way these are written, and also I just love the way that this led with, capturing how strange, fractured, and almost ironic the Star Wars fan base has come, especially under the rule of Disney, who's brought some of the most hated and now one of the most loved since the originals installments of Star Wars.
Yeah. And I love that crack about the whole single dad joke, being the best single dad in the universe. I gotta disagree about the parental issues, though. While we don't hear too much about Din Djarin having, daddy issues necessarily, I mean, he did lose his parents when he was a
young
child.
age.
Exactly.
In a battle.
And speaking of child, I love that crack that they make about meet the child. And let's just call him Baby Yoda. Because there was that whole thing I remember where Bob Iger was on, I think it was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he was talking about how he went back and forth with Jon Favreau, and he was calling him Baby Yoda, Bob Iger was, and then Jon Favreau was like, that's not his name. And like Bob Iger and Jon Favreau know the child's real name. But come on, let's face it, it's the same way how we call Mando.
And the whole thing
How
about
many
that being a slur.
Yeah, that was great too. I never even picked up, I never thought of that. I'm like, you know what? There is something to that.
It depends on how you say it, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a slight way in the tone.
Yeah, exactly.
Mando. And I never looked at it as some type of derogatory way of saying it just based off of the tone. With Baby Yoda, let's face it, even when we learn Baby Yoda's real name, we've been calling him Baby Yoda for such a long time. We're gonna just keep on calling him Baby Yoda. I don't think that's ever gonna change. People in the know who really remember Mandalorian season 1 will call him Din Djarin, but everyone really refers to him as the Mandalorian or Mando. It's the
Baby
same
Yoda
thing.
is the bedrock of us understanding who this character is, and any name they slap on top of it, we might remember, but we'll always revert subconsciously.
Yeah.
Baby. And it's perfect too. I think this is really crisp because, like, as a show, it is a full series, but also they're shorter episodes, so like it lends itself to an honest trailer in the sense that you do get enough episodic things to pull broadly from, but also one pretty simple story at the end of the day to overall satirize in a trailer format. Even though it is a large breadth of story, this actually feels like one really coherent trailer.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I'm jumping wildly through a season or anything like that.
Yeah. And I did not realize how many times they did say this is the way. I was like, oh, they said it a little bit more than I realized they did.
Yeah.
A
This
little
is
bit
the way
more.
I have spoken.
I mean, I have spoken. I know it's said like you kind of count on your on 2 hands at least how many times that's said. But this is the way. I was like, oh, they said that way more than I realized. Anyway, honest trailers. Thanks for putting this together, Screen Junkies. Miss you guys. Subscribe to Screen Junkies if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. Get notified when our reaction for The Mandalorian is up. Like I said, it'll either be Saturday or Sunday. Catch you guys soon. Hit the like buttons. Blah blah blah.